These are the sketches that I did for the customer. I left out the fancy corners, and originally I did not have it set up for signs. It was just going to be bars across there, and as I got looking at it, I thought, wow, what a great opportunity to put a really old-fashioned sign for this old building on these doors. So I went back and talked to them, and they agreed. So this is a process of building the doors, selling signs where you might not normally sell them. Okay, now that the doors have been glued together and we have one rough cut, it's time to take them over, do the final measuring, and do our last cuts so we can start putting on the polyurethane.
Top looks pretty good. Need to trim a little bit off this side. And it should be golden. So one more trim on that.
Now that the doors have been fitted, it's time to put on the polyurethane. Then we stretch on the screens for the door.
Next I need to tap all the staples in. And one of the reasons that I didn't set the gun to drive them in deep is I might have to adjust. I can fit a screwdriver underneath them right now and pull them back out. Okay, the stretching process is finished. As you can see, if you ever do one of these, don't be afraid to use staples. Now we're going to start the trim work around the outside. Okay, I pre-fitted some of this. Basically I'm using, it's called a finish washer, and screw these as stainless steel. Pre-drilled my holes. Now for the exciting part, trimming the screen. As you can see, I have one screen door. I have the screen on and the surrounding fasteners here, and I have one hinge marked. I went over and made sure that the door was right, and I really prefer this over patterns, but if you have things that are the exact same size, sometimes it's a good idea to make a pattern. It'll save you a lot of drawing and redrawing. Okay. Okay, I've already drawn the border around. And how I did that was I just used my finger as an edge here and drew it. That's all you need to do. You just go all the way around and then erase the edges and just kind of, you can use a quarter, cap, often a 1 gallon jug, depends on how big you want this radius. And my lettering, I'm going to use a 2 1/4 inch Foodies and a 1 1/4 Welcome To.
After I had the doors done and I was working on the sign on this particular layout right here, I realized that the logo was on the hinge side of the door, and that when customers walked up to the door, they wouldn't know which side to push on. So what I did was I took advantage of this logo and I moved it to the other side of the sign from what it is right now. And then I pushed Welcome To and Foodies down to the other end of the sign. Then I created a clear space through the logo and wrote the word push in it, so that the customers would know which side of the door to push on so they could enter, and it would save a lot of people pushing on the hinge side or putting their hand on the screen or So it has really worked out well, and this is what it looks like now.
Push through it. That's obviously the side of the door you have to push on. Makes a very nice antique looking sign for the building, and it helps promote the foodie store. So we're really happy with this. Now, believe it or not, there is a screen on there. It's part of the reason I wanted to come up with these signs and incorporate this so people wouldn't walk through the door thinking that there wasn't anything there. And there's the proud owner, Greg, testing his door for the first time.